cinema, after cinema, after cinema reviews. What is up, guys? Welcome to After Cinema Reviews. Today we are here to talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, or Indiana Jones 5, whatever you want to call it. I am one of your hosts, Ben. This is Marshall. Take it away.
Yeah, this film slaps. It's really good. I don't know why people are complaining about it so much. It is pretty good. I don't see the criticisms that I see on Twitter. I don't understand why people were complaining about it, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful time in the cinema, apart from how long it is and how uncomfortable the seats that we had were.
Preach.
But yeah, I haven't really got many complaints about it, if I'm being completely honest. I have a lot of good things that I enjoyed.
That's good, that's good. So to let viewers know, there will be spoilers ahead. We aren't breaking it up into spoilers and no spoilers, just because this doesn't feel the kind of same as like a Marvel or DC film where it is just like the spoilers or not can make such a difference. So I'm going to keep it all confined to this video. So if you don't like spoilers, then sorry about that. Then kind of just, if you're one of my 8
like
viewers,
spoilers, the film is good and go watch it. There you go.
Yeah, it's
now get out of here.
Get out of here. But if you enjoy Indiana Jones, there's nothing too wrong with this. For me, Indiana Jones has always been something where they are finding the mystical, the make-believe and things, and despite a lot of people's opinions, 4 still fits in that same category for me with Aliens.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
anyway, go on.
As I said, for me it does. Looking at my microphone like it's
you just said the ancient and the mystic, and you say aliens in the same sentence as being the same. So,
well, I mean, it is what it is. But no, this film still held all that for me that I enjoy with Indiana Jones and did enjoy as a kid and things. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with the film. My biggest complaints were just probably the length mixed in with the uncomfortable cinema seats. But that's kind of forgiven.
Nothing that the film can do, you know.
Wow.
They can't ingrain better seats into their film, can they?
Maybe we should just pay the extra for the premium seats.
I think I'd rather kill myself.
Yeah, I think I would too. But no, there was a lot of very choppy CGI and special effects in this that I saw throughout the film.
I don't see that at all. I didn't see any choppy visual effects or anything like that.
There was a lot of it during the chase scene in, I think it was Tuscany, it was called. There was some when they were, spoiler alert, when they travelled back in time to Rome, when they were in Sicily. There was some very funky looking green screening going on at one point. But these are all like, they're small things. It's something that I don't know if it's just how technology is going now. When you like watch scenes from Fast and Furious and things, when you see these car chase scenes, it almost doesn't feel real anymore to me now. It feels very much just like, I don't know what's real and what's just someone sat on like a green bag or something anymore. And it's becoming like a problem for me, at least. I just don't like how it looks nowadays. It somehow looks worse. You know, if I was to go back and just watch, fucking hell, I don't know. Let's just take Drive, for example. Or like Ford versus Ferrari. They're like car films with driving and some intense chase scenes and things from like nearly 10 years ago now. And they absolutely take a big doo-doo butter dump on things like Fast and Furious and at least this film for car chase scenes. I think something is just happening within that car chase scene for filmmakers, maybe, that is just easier to do or something, or a new style or something. I don't overly know, but
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see any of that, and I don't think it was an issue at all. I thought the car chases and everything was pretty believable, even if it was CG.
Yeah, no, that's not. I'm not talking about like the make believe of the like. I'm talking about how it like looks specifically. It just looks this very weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it looked bad at all. I couldn't tell.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree. But no, I mean going back in time is a bit like, you know, what the heck. But I'm fine with the alien stuff, so nothing too out of the realm for me. I was wondering when we were going to get some like time travel in Indiana Jones at some point. I haven't seen the young Indiana Jones. I'm not precisely sure what he does, other than I know that they aren't as wild and vivid as the movies, so I wouldn't assume that time travel comes up in those. But no.
I mean, Aliens never should have. Aliens was awful, in my opinion.
That's okay.
But I know how much you like that film.
You like the majority. Don't think it's like a believable thing, but hey, we're willing to accept time travel from a Roman person and things.
Yeah, that's fine by me. It's more believable than Aliens. I could still see that being like a crazy device. But yeah, go on.
Mads Mikkelsen in it was very cool. He literally always knocks it out of the park for me. He can literally you can just say, right, pal, you're playing a villain in this film. Fire away, and he always just does a heckin' good job. Phoebe Bridge, she was pretty cool. Like, I've only seen her in Fleabag, to my knowledge, and I enjoyed Fleabag. She wasn't terrible or anything like that. I did pretty much dislike her for like 90% of the film, but just as her character, at least. She's a bit of like a chameleon slime ball, but ends fine, and I'm happy with that. She did a 360 and turned it around, so I was happy where her character arc went and finished. And then I think you were speaking to your missus about it with Antonio Banderas appearing, but I could hear his voice and I couldn't see that it was him, and I was like, there ain't no way that they've just randomly got him for this small scene, or just someone that sounds exactly like him. And then it finally, you got to see his face nice and clear for me, and I was like, holy shit, it's just him. This man's just turning up in every type of fucking, here, I'm going to go search for some long lost thing, because he was in Uncharted as well, and
yeah,
I don't know if he charges
I
a lot.
Remember, probably, but I just remember coming back from the toilet and I sat down because I missed the bit when they got onto the boat. I don't know how they even got on that boat, but I just turned to Ellie and I went, "Why is Puss in Boots in the film? When was Indiana Jones friends with Puss in Boots?"
Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about whatever the fuck his name is, Gregores or whatever it is. Mr. Spy Kids. Daddy Spy Kid, man.
Spy Kids.
You not seen Spy Kids?
I have seen Spy Kids, yeah. I didn't say I hadn't.
I thought you said, what the hell's Spy Kids? I was like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm sure your friends you haven't seen Spy Kids. Spy Kids is great.
No, Antonio Banderas is much more recognisable for me as Puss in Boots. Even though I've seen Spy Kids.
And Spy Kids came out 10 years ago. Well, 20 years ago now, but 10 years pre Puss in Boots.
Still alive then. Yeah, but he's more recognisable as Puss in Boots.
I don't think I could have actually told you he was Puss in Boots from you telling me that.
Did you not hear it from the voice?
I've seen the first Puss in Boots and that's it. I've not seen the second one.
You haven't seen The Last Wish?
No, I've seen the first Puss in Boots once and that's it.
Very messed up. That film was amazing.
The second one?
Yeah, the second one.
I heard it was very
amazing.
Good. I'm looking forward to purchasing it at some point and giving it a watch. It's weird, I was watching this film and all I could think about throughout the entire thing was just, I would really love for Indiana Jones to somehow meet Brendan Fraser's character from The Mummy, and then to meet Nick Cage from National Treasure, and they just have some crazy fucking, I don't know, shindig of finding something. And I think my life would be complete if that actually happened.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I enjoyed Indiana Jones as a kid, but I think entering the sort of early teens, that's when The Mummy and National Treasure was more prevalent to me, and I think that took over. I didn't appreciate film as much as I do now, and Indiana Jones looked old to me. It didn't look as good as, Brendan Fraser appearing on the screen or Nick Cage appearing on the screen doing all these cool shit, looking for stuff and whatnot. But I like the sort of genre of, archaeologist, treasure hunter type of thing. Unless it's called Uncharted, then that just sucked fucking ass.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg was not very good in it, and Tom Holland, despite being a semi-okay actor, was just Spider-Man in that film. But no, the only other thing I think this film annoyed me with slightly was just there was like a 40-meter cliff and just, or 40-foot cliff edge that Indiana and Phoebe's or Helena Shaw had to climb up, and then just everybody else managed to climb up it, and then they all managed to get down whilst Indy was injured, and I'm not really sure how that worked out, other than just kind of somehow they ended up on the floor. But that's when I'm getting into pedantics and some other sort of like shooting stuff. I didn't mind how Indy looked as young Indy at the beginning of the film. I thought that looked quite good, to be fair. I was sat after like 30 seconds of seeing it being like, is this going to look bad if we keep looking at him? But I think it all looked pretty cool, and it's quite scary to think that that's how technology is now. Harrison Ford might not have needed to have been in this film at the rate it was going. But
yeah, maybe.
And I'm glad they went back to the Nazis rather than having another film with like the Soviets in. I don't think the Soviets are as cool as the Nazis. No offense to the Soviets, I guess. But
I thought you were about to say no offense to the Nazis. Ben, you can't say that.
No offense to the Nazis, but no. Yeah, I mean there was some great callbacks to just general Indiana Jones stuff, which was quite nice. I think the tune or theme tune of Indiana Jones maybe could have been used a little bit more. I felt like every time I kind of heard it, it was used very like shortly and then just kind of stopped. But
I just heard. Yeah, it was like the only thing that I heard in the entire film. They just kept remixing it, so it was the same dun 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 dun, but they'd remix it to have it sound a little bit different. They'd pitch shift it and stuff to make it sound like a completely different track.
Well, I was waiting for just a super long one randomly for some reason, but it never came.
That way at the start when he was on top of the train.
Yeah, even that one was really, really short, to be fair. But no, overall, I think it was an enjoyable film. I'd probably rate it on the somewhere between 7 to low 8. I don't really know. I'm never always too sure when I come straight out of the cinema, because sometimes I'm giddy from watching the film, but the next day after I've slept, normally sometimes I have some second thoughts or worsening thoughts about it. It wasn't bad. I think it was a good send off. I did expect him to die. He doesn't die, and he does have a nice, the film ends nicely with rekindling. I can't even think anymore, with Marion and whatnot. But actually, I'm quite happy that they mentioned Mutt or Shia LaBeouf's character. I was thinking they were just going to kind of gloss over that, but I'm glad we did kind of find out what happened to him and things. Spoiler alert, he did unfortunately die whilst fighting in action. I don't know what war he died in. I don't know what took place in 1969 or whatever. Vietnam War.
Could have been.
Yeah, it was the Vietnam War. But no, I would have been very happy if this film had just given us a picture of him, but I don't know if the people were just going with the general census of not liking number 4, but I still feel like we could have just had a picture.
Nah, I'm happy I didn't see it. I have to look at Shia LaBeouf's character again.
That man always puts 110% into everything he does. Everyone hates on him for no reason.
Probably because he's a fucking odd piece of work.
I am an odd piece of work.
Yeah, but not like Shia LaBeouf.
I guess you're not going to watch why Shia LaBeouf is the best part of Transformers 1, 2 and 3 video when that comes out.
Yeah, probably not.
You'll be the one to dislike it.
Yeah, I will.
You'll hit me up with that dislike, and then I'll probably just put my head into the corner of this table. Don't need a dislike.
I don't like Shia LaBeouf. I liked him in the Transformers films, even though I only watched 2 of them. But I thought he was good in them. But nah, he's just a piece of work. Quite honestly, there's a reason people hate him. Just like Ezra Miller, but not as bad as Ezra Miller.
That's okay. But no, I think the film, I had fun. It's nice to... Well, I say it's nice. It's nice to come out of the cinema not feeling like it was a shit film. As, I don't know, for some reason those 2 or 3 experiences in the cinema have really jarred me now. So I almost find it refreshing coming out of the cinema and being like, I had fun, that was cool. I felt very I don't know, when we were leaving, I just saw these 2 really old looking dudes coming down the stairs, and I was just it almost made me very sad for a second. I was like, oh, they probably came out when they were young and whatnot, and they've managed to stay alive till...
The people that film was made for is not us. Even then, we're a bit young for it. Even though I watched all of the Indiana Jones films when I was young, it's only because my mom loved them, so she showed them to me. It's definitely not our generation of film.
No, I'm trying to think. I think I owned one of them on VHS, and then I think I had a friend in primary school called Harry, and I bought Indiana Jones on the Wii, and that's what got me to watch them. And I think that was pretty much it. I just watched them from that. I might have seen them probably before or something, I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't like Star Wars was more my like young things or that type of thing. But again, I witnessed the prequel parts first. I think I watched Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, then I watched 4, 5 and 6. And just thought 4, 5 and 6 were utter ass, because I couldn't appreciate anything when I was younger that wasn't from the time frame that I was watching.
Well, I also prefer the prequels, so
I like number 5 a lot, but yes, I probably have to say I prefer the prequels to the originals. Yes, but no, I would probably like to watch the Young Indiana Jones series. If that's on Amazon, I might give that a purchase and have a go. It might just be nice, as I've heard it's not too terrible. And then maybe one day I'll get to re-watch the Indiana Jones films again, as I haven't gone back and re-watched them.
I must say they are quite hard to re-watch. We did do it recently, but they just feel like they slog on for ages. So we were doing a thing where we were like, oh, let's re-watch some old films. So we did Pirates of the Caribbean first. Love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Old film.
Well, it's old enough.
Making me feel old.
It's nostalgic for us.
You
youngins. Around that time. Youngins. You're not that much older than me.
Bro, how old are you?
22.
I'm 26. Make me feel so old.
No,
young whippersnappers. I've got, iron kneecap vertebrae that fallen to pieces. I mean, that man should be
the thing that Indy said.
Yeah, that's where I was going. But I mean,
I've got screws in my other leg.
I've got gluten intolerances and lactose intolerances and anxiety and depression up the wazoo. But other than that, I'm pretty. Oh, and fucking just visual disabilities and autism. But other than that, I'm pretty chipper. Got creaky knees.
Fairly normal. Creaky knees.
Bit overweight, but reckon I can run 100 meters, and that's about it.
Aren't we all a little overweight?
Yeah, it's best, we're saving up for, we get fat for summer for some reason, and we get a bit thinner in winter. That's kind of how I go about it, for some reason. But I think that's just because colds wipe me out in the winter, and I don't eat as much. But no, a tangent for another day. But no, we both enjoyed this film. Hopefully, if you've made it this far in the video, hopefully you go watch this film. If you've already watched this film, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Do you think this was a film that needed to be made? Do you not? Do you think it was one of those, not necessarily woke, but Hollywood type of things where they just have to keep reusing old material and not being able to think of anything new?
I think after 4, this was the perfect send-off. This needed to happen to get rid of the bad taste that 4 left in my mouth.
That's fine.
That's my take. It's a really good film.
The hot take.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Marshall. Boom. 5.
The hot take that is like the mildest, coldest take that has ever been heard in history of ever.
Aye, but no. Hopefully people will, if you've made it this far and you're listening, one day I'll have videos about PlayStation games, and then we'll revisit an Indiana Jones game if it's on the PS2. You mark my words, we'll come back. We'll talk about Indiana Jones. And
we'll create an episode that's all about Lego Indiana Jones and why it's the greatest game that has ever existed.
Is it the greatest game that's ever existed?
Oh, 100%. Lego Indiana Jones. Oh, baby.
It is pretty cool, to be fair. I think there is an Indiana Jones on the PS2. It is called Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. So, although it's not directly a film... Oh, there's also... And the Staff of Kings. You got a choice of 2, mate. You got a choice of 2. Choice of whole fucking 2 games to revisit and try see if I'm funny enough to make a 15-minute video in. I don't think it's possible. I'm waiting to see, but we'll see with the first one that comes out. But yeah, thank you very much for... And it come out in like 2025.
Yeah.
But thank you.
To edit it. But yeah, thanks.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.